What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I'm going to do a quick video. It's Friday. We know that Congress right now, at least the House, is going over this latest bill, this Inflation Reduction Act. And so we can anticipate seeing them pass that within the next couple of hours. And this bill, just so you guys know, if you haven't really been following everything that's going on when it comes to this bill, it will have some impact, but it's going to take a while for that impact to actually affect most of us. And when we're talking about people who are receiving, who are on Medicare right now, this is not going to have an effect immediately. It's going to take at least, they're talking 2026 before these 10 prescription medications will be, they'll be able to negotiate prices directly with the pharmaceutical companies. So this is going to take some time, but and I'm mainly talking about that because you have some other provisions in there when it comes to climate provisions that will affect people pretty soon. You'll have some credits, some different credits that you can use in order to get new windows, to get solar and things like that. So people who are in the market to get those type of items, you're going to at least have that for some tax breaks. Now that's not going to affect a lot of people who are struggling right now, who can't even afford to buy windows and can't even afford to get solar. But those who are in the market, it will affect them. But let's get back to Medicare, because that's what I really want to talk about. That's going to take some time. But the good news is, this is a step in the right direction. And the hope is that in the future, they'll be able to negotiate even more prescription medication through Medicare. And that would be really good for a lot of people. So the way that some people are looking at this, and I've had people in the comments tell me, look, this is not going to affect me. I don't receive any prescription medication, or I'm not on Medicare, so how does this affect me? In the long run, it will affect you, because if you're not on Medicare right now, you're still paying into that system. When you work, part of your paycheck goes to Medicare. And so in the future, Medicare, let's hope, if they can negotiate even more prescription medication, let's say 10 years down the road, now you're in a better situation because the cost of Medicare will most likely go down. And that's the hope. The premiums that you're paying will go down. The total cost for Medicare will go down. And that will mean that Medicare can offer more benefits at a cheaper price. And so ultimately, that's what we're looking at. I say this all the time when it comes to other countries, and when you start traveling, you really find this out quickly. When it comes to other countries, prescription medication is a lot less than it is in the US. And that is mainly because we have a lot of different hands in the pot when it comes to prescription medication. We have the middlemen that are in there negotiating prices. Now we're getting rid of the middlemen. You get rid of the middlemen, that's when you can benefit, because they're not taking a piece of the pie. And I give this example. I'll give this example again. Let's say a pharmaceutical company says, okay, this prescription medication is $100, but you have a middleman that's in there. That middleman is negotiating prices for the insurance company. Okay, and they're not a part of the insurance company. They're just negotiating for the insurance company. And so that middleman, they get a rebate. So they'll get, let's say if the pharmaceutical company wants to sell the drug for $100, they really have to sell it for $150 because they're giving the rebate to the middleman. And so the middleman gets the $50, the insurance company is paying the full $150, and that means you pay more. Okay, so that means that let's say if Medicare was the insurance company, they're paying $150. That means that it costs more for Medicare to buy this prescription medication. You take out the middleman, and now that $50, you're saving that $50. So the Medicare is saving that $50. They can use that $50 to go towards something else. And so that is the hope. Now, being that it's only 10 drugs right now, or I won't even say right now, being that they'll be able to negotiate 10 different prescription medications in 2026, that's a little time from now. But it's a move in the right direction. And what I hope to see in the future, in the near future, is for them to expand the bill to allow even more prescription medication in there before 2026. And so by the time 2026 rolls around, you're going to have every different type of prescription medication. They'll be able to negotiate a large group of prescription medication. So that's the hope. That's what they're really banking on. Now, when it comes to inflation reduction, I don't really see this bill doing too much reduction when it comes to that immediately. It's just not going to happen. Even though they're calling it the Inflation Reduction Act, that is more of a marketing tool. They're just using that because it looks good right before an election to call something inflation reduction. Okay, and what the argument will be is, well, we need more time in order to reduce inflation. So come November, if inflation is still high, that's what they're going to use as an argument. We just passed this bill, it's going to take a little bit more time. But the reality is I don't really see it doing anything to really positively affect, but I don't see it doing anything to positively affect inflation right now. But the good news is inflation is starting to go down. We're seeing gas prices finally drop, on average drop below $4. We're seeing prices start to drop. We just saw that the CPI score a couple of days ago, and that dropped to year 8.5. That's good. And then as far as the month to month, we saw it at 0. Okay, and what that means, that doesn't mean that people are paying less. That just means that people aren't paying any more than they were paying a month ago. Okay, that's all that means. So that's where we are right now. Just wanted to do this quick little video just to let you guys know kind of what's going on with this Inflation Reduction Act. So what they'll do is they'll pass it today, the House will pass it, and then it will go to the president for signature. In the last few days, we've seen the president sign off on a lot of bills. So that's good. That means that things are working. They're finally starting to move forward with these different bills. And so we'll just have to follow things and see where they go. The next big hurdle is going to be the budget for 2023. That's what we're going to hear a lot about in September. And if they can't get that situated, then we're looking at a government shutdown at the end of September. And so that's going to be the next hurdle that they're going to have to address. All right, guys, just wanted to give you guys a quick update. So the bill did pass, and so it will be going to the president for his final signature. I would imagine he's probably going to sign it on Monday. And then they'll move forward with this Inflation Reduction Act. We're just going to have to see what happens, if this will have any effect on inflation. And then we're also going to be watching the provisions for Medicare. And although it will take a little bit of time before they can get that going, we still have at least a step in the right direction. And hopefully we can see some amendments to this bill that will include more prescription medication in the future. So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys for stopping by. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.